Well, welcome back. You've returned for episode 8 of How to Get Better at Call of Duty. I think the last time we left off, when we're looking at the screen right here, is we were going to talk about deciding which weapon that we wanted to pick. That is the most important thing that you want to do. Now, in order to know what type of weapon you want to decide or what you want to use in the game, the first thing you have to realize is that when you pick the assault rifle, I want you to look at the mobility. Now, if you look at the mobility at the assault rifle comparative to what you see here, the SMG, which is a submachine gun, that's what that stands for, you can tell that the mobility on a machine gun is a lot faster. So, for instance, if you're using an assault rifle and you're doing a 360 in a circle, you will turn faster based on the weight of your weapon in the game. Now, it may not be that much of, it changes and it varies from each game to game, and it may not be that much, but that's something that I've lobbied for in the future, where there was the ability to have an option for sensitivity, a sensitivity save. So you could save your sensitivity, and if you switch to SMGs, then your SMGs would be at this sensitivity, and if you switch to assault rifles, it would be at this sensitivity. So for example, if you pick up somebody's gun, you're running at 2 sensitivity, and then you pick up an LMG, you'd want to be like at a 7. But they don't change sensitivities on the fly, so that's not in the game. But that's what I want you to realize. The heavier the weapon is, for example, the light machine guns, you can see the mobility really drops down. And then sniper rifles are about a little bit better than the LMGs, and then shotguns. So you can see the shotguns are very light and that they have the same mobility as SMGs do. So this is the thing that you want to decide when you play the game. Now, in order to figure this out, the most important thing that you can collaborate that with is going to look at your map size. So let's say, for example, when Black Ops 2 comes out, and we'll go to game setup, and we'll change maps to like Dome. We'll go ahead and take a look at Dome right now. Start the game. Now, when you see this map Dome, I'm going to go in spectator mode, and I want you to I want you to comprehend what I'm saying here. This is one of the most important parts. Now, you can look at it right here, the mini map. You can see how small Dome is. So if you have a small map, then the characters and the teams are going to be moving really fast. So you want something with high mobility. So as soon as you get Black Ops 2, the first thing you want to do is look at all the maps that are listed. How many big maps there are, how many small maps there are, and you can see right here, we can go out, spectate out of this map, and you could see from up above, look, you can see how small this map is. And see, this is something that you want to do, because maps, what's the most important thing in this game is map-specific gameplay. So when you look at the maps that you play on, you're largely going to be selecting the weapon that suits the map. Now, going back to basic terms, the one thing that you want to go back to as far as the very basics, just to get started with the correct weapon, is to know these few things. And we're going to get to that right now. And this is really important. This is important to build up your confidence and starting out getting yourself into a mode where you feel comfortable. And this can help you down the road. let's see, create a class. Now the thing I want to talk to you about is your primary weapon. So the first thing you realize is that what you're looking for is you're looking for the highest rate of fire assault rifle. Okay, so you look for rate of fire, rate of fire, rate of fire, rate of fire. Look, you got the Type 95s. It got a high rate of fire. And then if you look, accuracy and damage. So you can look for those in the ACR. Now, the stats you see here are not always going to be correct. They're not always going to be correct. So this is something that you will have to test out on your own. And usually what happens is that if you're connected to the social media and what's going on, pretty much everybody will let the cat out of the bag really early as to which weapons are the best weapons in the beginning of the game. Now, that could change, just like, in Modern Warfare 3, where people thought the UMP was the best weapon, and then they switched over to the PP90 and the MP7, and then they realized the MP7, wasn't that strong. So these are the things that you're going to have to test on your own. And that's why you have so many prestiging levels. Go through all of the weapons. Go through all the assault rifles. So, for example, I'll give you a rundown on Modern Warfare 3 weapons. So, the M4. It's not that good without, it's not that good. It's not that good of a weapon, but it's the first weapon. It'll get you by. You put the silencer on it, and it becomes a really good weapon. And the red dot helps you better with your aim. The M16 was buffed, and when you add rapid fire and a silencer, for some reason adding the silencer groups together maybe the bullets at a longer range, so you get better kills. The SCAR is really slow and weak. The CM901 is a really good weapon with the silencer, so it hits really hard. The only problem is it might have a reload time that's really slow. The Type 95 has a high rate of fire, and then it hits just as hard, but you can shoot off the hip a little bit better than the M16. The G36 is probably the same as the ACR as far as no recoil and a little bit less damage. The ACR is the best assault rifle in the game, but that just comes from experience, and that's the point. You have to go through and test all the weapons and find out what's the best weapon. MK14, here's a big difference. You could take the MK14 and comparative to the mobility of sniper rifles, and you still get the same type of results. I mean, one shot kills. It's the same thing. The AK-47 and the FAD are in the same group. This is what I've learned, that these are great weapons for like Gulch, long distance maps. Their bullets still have the same type of hitting power at long distance. So it's important to learn these things. So the most important things you want to learn is when you get the assault rifles, when Black Ops 2 comes out, is to make sure and go for, if you're going to use assault rifles and understand the mobility in a medium to small map or a medium to large map, that you want something that has a higher rate of fire but not the highest and has less recoil. Now if we look at the SMGs, it's pretty much the same thing when you look at the SMGs. The SMGs all have high mobility, and you'll notice that just like in Black Ops 2, you are going to have probably like 5 SMGs to pick from. So this category will be figured out a lot faster than the assault category. And these are going to be used for small maps. So this is what you want to do. If you want to battle on small maps and shoot off the hip and you like to rush around, this is important. The most of the things you have to realize when playing Call of Duty is that every time they come out with a new game, it changes. And when the Pick 10 comes out, I'll explain that and how you can combinations of the kill streaks and the attachments are different than Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops. We'll get to that part of how to be better at Call of Duty. But I just want you to understand in this segment, you have to test out the weapons. So that way, it's imperative that you test out the weapons so that you know every combination to fight against somebody else. It'll just make you a better rounded player altogether, because you'll know how to combat certain setups. And if you don't know how to do that, then you're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to become one-dimensional, and you're going to be easy to beat. So you have to know all these things. But like I said, the most important thing is assault rifles are a little bit less mobility than SMGs. SMGs are for close quarter combat. Assault rifles are for medium range, and the burst weapons can be off the hip, and you can move left to right. These are things that are all based on what type of perks and attachments you can use, and we will cover those in each Call of Duty that comes out. And then you got shotguns for close quarter combats, and as we all know, sniper rifles and riot shields, you're not going to really be playing those to get a good score unless you've mastered advanced techniques in sniping. And down the road, we'll cover that. Not that I'm going to show it to you, but I'll explain it to you. So that's it for today. I just want you to know that I've looked over all of Black Ops 2's guns and weapons and the setups. And when the game comes out, I will discuss all that with you when the time comes. But the next time we meet in episode number 9, we are going to talk about map familiarity and how to set up your kills, what combinations to use to kill people, and this will help you get better as far as your kill streaks. We're going to talk about kill streaks, how to use kill streaks, and how this will help you build up better confidence and become a better player. Well, I hope you enjoyed episode 9. Until next time, episode 8. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace. I'm out.